Hey, Mom, the meatloaf. We want it now. The meatloaf. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. It is Friday, August 8th. My new goal in life is to try to get Maggie to pop as I start the show. As you can tell, that is from the 12-time Oscar-winning film Old School. So there you go. We hope everyone is well. We hope you are enjoying your Friday or Saturday, depending on when you listen to this excellent episode of Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. But as I start every show, Maggie, how you doing?
So not just meatloaf. Apparently, it's International Beer Day, International Cat Day, National Frozen Custard Day, National Whataburger Day. So, why is it that our show is always on days with foods, International something about food day, and I'm just hungry all the time?
I could not tell you.
Uh, this is incredibly frustrating. Everyone keeps talking about Whataburger, and I'm not even a burger fan, and I want to eat a burger now. Thank you, Zach, for that. I hope you guys are doing well. How am I doing? Oh boy, where do I start? So there's no way of you guys knowing this, but Bulgaria is officially
A country.
yes, since 861.
Nailed it.
Yes. So Bulgaria decided to take up the euro as a currency. And it's going to happen as of January 1st next year. So what needs to happen right now is for everywhere which you have prices displayed, you need to have prices in lef, which is the Bulgarian currency, and in euro. First the lef and then the euro. And when January comes, you need to switch it up. You have to have the euro first and then the lef. And then at the end of January, you remove the lef and only work with the euro. So this is going to be a really sucky transition, no matter if you want it to or not. This is going to happen. So you can piss off. So the thing is that we have a huge blackboard that displays all the beers and the prices and the sizes of beers and everything. So my bosses took down the blackboard. I had to thoroughly clean it, wait for it to dry, and then rewrite all of the beers with the left and the euro and everything. And now when because that took me a while because I'm a perfectionist. I don't know if Soupy remembers this blackboard. Um, so the thought that I have to rewrite that blackboard 2 more times in the next 6 months is pissing me off because it took a long time to do that. And while I was doing that, because it's this time of the year when it's time for our summer vacation, we leave this Sunday and we go back next Friday. We will be having our show, Rob and I. This will not affect, I will just not be at my apartment for 5 days. So what happened was the place that we usually go for, last year and this year, the dude isn't picking up his phone.
Oh,
Yeah, the guy who owns the meadow with stuff.
boy.
So when my boss finally got in touch with him after fucking 3 days, he came up with the lamest excuse in the entire world for which we cannot go. And this is happening today.
Not laughing at
And
you. I'm laughing with you.
no, this is ridiculous. And my boss is like, but I made a reservation a year ago. And he was like, well, yeah, I'm so sorry. And my boss was, no, you're not sorry. And then he, cursed a lot and then
Gotcha.
hung up. And then apparently, because it's my boss can do everything that he wants. And as long as he gets his mind on something, fucking happens. So apparently we're going to another place. Like in 3 hours, he found another place, which is 10 times better than than the one we were going to. It's closer. It has more trees and more woods and everything. It doesn't have Wi-Fi. So I'm going to be taking my laptop with me, and I'm gonna do a hotspot from my mobile data, and I'm gonna watch all the wrestling. Just so we can do the show next Friday. So this is kind of ridiculous. Like the dude is like, well, fuck off. And the thing is, I'm actually happier because the place that we are going is way up in the way up, more up in the mountains. It's not going to be as hot as the place that we went last year and we were supposed to go this year. Way fewer bugs.
There you go.
Yeah, because a close friend of mine, my friend that does my nails, um, we call this place Bugville because all the bugs are there and they grab you by your shirt and carry you away. I'm not even kidding. They're fucking annoying insects. And listen, I am the biggest advocate for animals as long as you're not an insect. If you're an insect, you can go fucking die somewhere. I don't care. All my love and all my heart to all the rest of the animals. If you're a bug, piss off. I thought everything in Bulgaria was in the mountains, says Ryan, who sends us a super chat. Thank you, Ryan, because you're basically right. Bulgaria is made of a lot of buttload of mountains. Yes, you are correct. For once, I love you, Ryan, so much. Guys, hi. This is a wrestling show. Thank you so much for spending your Friday with us, or whatever day that you decided, for whatever reason, to watch this silly ass show, which is about to get really, really serious in a bit. So, Rob and I adore you for joining us. Please leave a like on the video. This is the easiest way in which you can support us. It is always also the cheapest way because it's free. If you would like to support the show and donate to Rob and I's well-being, thank you, like Ryan did. You can send a super chat. It's the bottom of the YouTube live chat, the little dollar sign. Or if you're watching on any other platform, you can send a humper chat at humperchats.com. Any amount will get your question or statement read live on the air. Please subscribe to this very channel on YouTube, Fightful Overbooked. Please subscribe to the main YouTube Fightful channel, youtube.com/Fightful. And definitely not least, last I meant, sorry, please subscribe to Fightful Select. Please support original creators. Fightful Select is our bread and butter. The easiest $6.99, $5.99 that you're ever gonna spend on the wrestling news, and the most accurate, if I might add. So Rob and I are about to talk about a really touchy subject. So this is the part of the show, I don't think I've ever said this, but so I see Ryan's here, I see Supi is here. So we have the moderators in the chat. This is something that I told Corey today while we were talking. Because of this touchy subject that we're about to talk about, I would like to remind the moderators of their power, of their blocking power, of their comment erasing power, of their timeout power. If anyone's being a fucking dick or an incel, please block, erase, or timeout. Because Rob and I will be busy talking, and if we is there a bug in your room?
Yeah, I've been trying to swing at it.
Okay.
The fly.
You
It's
can
all
kill
good.
it. Okay.
Yeah, when I'll try.
Yeah. So, please do not hesitate if someone is being a fucking asshole. So, let's talk about the match that main evented SummerSlam Night 2 or SummerSlam Sunday or whatever we're calling it. Um, Cody Rhodes versus Cena. Uh, Rob, what did you think of the match? The whole babyface thing on Friday, everything. The match itself. We'll talk about whatever the fuck that was after we've done talking about the match.
Sure. The match. Okay, well, let's just start with SmackDown. So,
Yeah.
SmackDown of last week. Very strange. Like, it was kind of like one of those moments where you're like, okay, yeah, I'm not buying this. Is Cena gonna turn heel in just a second again, or not really turn heel? Is he just gonna say, "Ha, gotcha"? Like that's what we were expecting. Like for the most part, with John Cena and Cody Rhodes at the end of.
I'm so sorry. Just Ricardo, I'm so sorry I didn't see that you were in the chat too. Please, hi. Thank you for being here. You know exactly what to do. Thank you. We love you, sweetie. Yes, Rob, I'm so sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, so the way SmackDown ended, we were expecting, like I was expecting, okay, like this is not John Cena face, or if this is what he's doing, this is just a ruse to basically, I'm gonna fool you on Sunday. Like you think I'm a good guy? I'm not. That's what I was thinking. And we get to the match on Sunday, and they have a great match. One of John Cena's best matches in forever how long. I mean, one of his best, absolutely, like in my opinion. You have a great match, Cody and John Cena. They go all out, and it was a damn good match. It was fun. It was a good one, and Cody Rhodes got the victory, which actually somewhat surprised me, because I think I predicted Cena to retain.
Did you?
I can't remember now, but my short-term memory, it sucks ass. So, but yeah, we get a hell of a match. It's like, hey, that was pretty good. This was a good show. I enjoyed it. Good match. John Cena, he still got some in him. Cody Rhodes is Cody Rhodes. And I'm going to let you take over.
Yeah, so let me just talk about the match first and then everything else. So Friday, the thing happens and he was like, I told you I was tired, but then you pushed me and this was exactly what I needed. And I'm like, where is this going? So you and I talked on Saturday. I told you that I thought that this was a ruse. I was sure. I was like, surely either a certain famous rapper is gonna come back and break Cody Rhodes's other eardrum or whatever, or The Rock is coming back, but apparently they realized how incredibly weird and uneventful was John Cena's heel turn. So, of course, this is recency bias, of course, but I kind of feel like this is the biggest blunder in modern wrestling history right now, because the heel turn itself was iconic. Like, if you don't like it, you do you. That's fine, and you're wrong. But the heel turn itself was really, really good. The way that they handled everything after that was simply non-existent. They did nothing with Cena. I feel like the only thing that I um, was entertained by was his um, back and forth with CM Punk, and people were cheering him on. He wasn't a heel. Like they were seriously cheering him on, and I don't think that that's the way you do it, and that's not a logic a decent enough example for a successful heel turn. Also, they were seriously cheering him on because it's John Cena and everything. he just every week he came out and said a bunch of stuff about he's not gonna um like he's not gonna cater to the audience, he's not gonna raise their children or which was a good promo, by the way. His first promo, that was really good, but then it was more of the same, actually, and like nothing happened afterwards. So the match began, and then they hugged and they just started fighting. There's no lockup or anything, they just started doing the fight forever things. The match, you're absolutely correct. This for me, because of course I'm biased. For me, my favorite John Cena match was against AJ Styles at the Rumble. Was it 2017? I kind of want to say 2017. This was my favorite John Cena match against AJ Styles. Of course, it's gonna be AJ. And this was the second best. Like, I know I haven't. Well, I've watched a lot of John Cena matches, I'm not gonna lie, but because they were so incredibly uneventful. I mean, they're John Cena matches, they're good. I like the way that John Cena, during his prime, although he won all the time, which was pissing me off at that moment, he always kind of brought out the best in other competitors. Of course, he put on Super Cena mode, and then I just got angry because like he gets beat up throughout the entire match, and then he wins with one of the most awful looking shoulder tackles in the business, and then a ridiculous AA and anything. Remember that thought when we talk about Gunther versus Punk afterwards. So this was probably the only reason why I didn't like John Cena at the moment. The match, incredible. Leaps and bounds ahead of the WrestleMania match. This, for me, this was supposed to be the WrestleMania match. I kind of want to erase the WrestleMania match off of my, memory. And the stupid thing is, Rob and I have really, really shitty memory, and somehow we always remember the crappy stuff. Like, I want to remember the good things, but then I always be, but did you remember how awful Cody versus Cena was at WrestleMania? Ew. So this was so good. They took advantage of the street fight rules and everything. John Cena, well, the fireman's carrying Cody Rhodes on the Codytron or whatever you guys want to call it. I enjoyed every part of it. This was also funny. So it ended up with Cody Cutter through an avalanche Cody Cutter through a table, which, excuse me, but that looked like a bulldog. He tried, but it ended up looking like a bulldog, and crossroads and everything. And then Cody Rhodes pinned Cena. They were emotional. They hugged. They exchanged, some words, which I'm sure that we are gonna see on a future episode of Unreal or whatever they want to call it. And then Cody Rhodes leaves the ring, and I see that I have quite some time left on my stream. And I'm like, here we go, The Rock returns. Well, it wasn't The Rock, it was, so his music played, and it was Brock. Everyone knows. So Brock Lesnar came back. And I gasped. And 1 second later, I said out loud, there's no one in my apartment, by the way. You guys know that. I'm the future cat lady. And I was like, out loud, I said, of course. Of course. So Rob and I talked about this, and he said that he would absolutely 100% understand if I didn't feel comfortable having the show today. If you guys remember when Vince's lawsuit came out on the Thursday before Royal Rumble last year, Rob and I decided to take the week off and not have the show on Friday because Rob and I just didn't feel like celebrating wrestling, that day. It was more of the same with me after SummerSlam night 2, on Sunday. But the thing is, it was on Sunday and I had 5 days to gather my thoughts and everything. So this is the reason why Rob and I are on today. If I didn't have time to adjust mentally, we wouldn't have the show today. So I also said that I also mentioned to Rob that for me, this is something that has to be talked about. And this is probably the woman in me crying, saying this, that I want to hear Rob's thoughts on this because I desperately want to hear emotionally intelligent men talking about this. Does that make sense? Because
Yeah.
I kind of feel like men's voice, this is something I told Corey today too. In these circumstances, men's voice mattered to us women a lot because apparently no one listens to our voices. And apparently you guys have to speak up. So
Yeah.
please talk, and I'm gonna take over for a while after because I have, a bunch of stuff that I want to say. But please share me your thought process on this. Where are you? Where's your head at?
So I was watching the show with a few friends, and one of my friends said, "I think Brock Lesnar is coming back," is what he said. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. It like literally 5 minutes before it happened, he said this. And I was like, no, they're not doing that. It's just, I'm not saying he's never coming back. It's just, I don't see them doing it right now. Then that music hits, and there were probably 6 of us watching this show. Only
Yes.
one person, or no, 2 people, just kind of let everybody around us do whatever they had to do, which they were pretty excited about. They can't believe he's back. And
Do they know?
not as much as like I do, like
Okay.
when it comes to this, but they know of what's going on. They know that, they know enough. You know what I'm saying? They know enough. So I just sat there, just more like, what the hell are they doing? Like, what? Why? And it made me like just kind of like I was more than anything, I was dumbfounded because it was just another like slap in the face to a lot of their fans, to many of their fans. And it was something that is not resolved and never will be resolved because of what the allegations that happened to Mrs. Grant or Miss Grant. You know, so it's just one of those things where it just seems like, oh well, we're ready to move on. And that was what like bothered me the most, was seeing him there. I wasn't happy to see him. I was more disappointed in seeing him, because the thing is, and I'm trying to think before I talk because I don't want anything to be misinterpreted. It was one of those things where it's like, you know, this guy has, Brock Lesnar has a daughter, you know. like it just baffles the hell out of me how people can be like this. And that it's not only just wrestling, it's like in everyday life how people can act and be. And I've seen a lot of people like say, well, they're allegations. Well, fine, you can have that, your allegations, but it just wasn't right. And to see so many people disappointed, like that's what bothers me more than anything. It seeing the people that I know who love wrestling, seeing them so disappointed because of what WWE did. They brought this man back, and he just wasn't like it. He wasn't needed, like in my opinion. I know what he brings to the screen. I get that. I understand that. And it's hard to take away like from the TV aspect of the character and then seeing what they are doing. Like it's just tone deaf. And this company has proven. Michael said it right there. Michael said they are tone deaf, and they are exactly tone deaf because it comes to just different things with this company. And I get it. Like, I understand from a business perspective. That's what bothers me more than anything. I get it from a business perspective. I know what they're doing because I know business. I do. And it's frustrating because this company is doing what they think is right. And that's by bringing him back. And there's times where you don't, like, it's not right. Like, you might think it's right, but it's not. But I also look at, this is the same company, what they did to Ashley Massaro, and things just started going, like, I started thinking back, and celebrity should never be more important than humanity. Exactly. But that's the company that we're talking about, and the company that I grew up watching and loving. And the sad thing is trying to see, I get paid to watch this. That's I'm blessed by that. Like, I can say that. Like, I get paid to watch wrestling. I know I'm a lucky person for that. However, most of the people I care about who don't are extremely disappointed. But the thing is they love wrestling, and a lot of them are just disappointed. I don't necessarily. Two Links says it here. It's a black pill to all this, but people are not going to stop watching. I mean, there probably will be a few that stop. And I know some people that did not watch Raw because of it, but do I think they'll go back to it? Yeah, I do. Because the thing is I don't want people to stop watching wrestling. At least watch something else. Watch other wrestling, even if it's NWA. Watch wrestling because you love wrestling. That's the thing. I don't want to lose wrestling fans. If WWE loses fans, so be it. But I don't want you to stop watching wrestling because of this guy. Or this company, rather, not this guy. I didn't mean to say it like that. Because the thing is there's just been too many, like, what if that. Sean made a great point the other day on his post show, the Monday post show. He said it like he explained things better than I ever could. And he made a great point. it's so hard to say because like to talk and like get these words out, because before this show started I had all the words I wanted to say, and then as the show starts, like it slows down. It all slows down in my head, and the thing is, I knew deep down this was going to happen. I didn't know when, and there was never going to be a right time. That's the problem. And then you look at just the world we live in general, and it just makes me just kind of shrug now. It's and that's what's sad, because it's just like I'm at that point now where I just shrug. Like nothing. No, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think he was needed back. From a simple storyline aspect of this, like, let's take how I feel out of it. Will Brock bring something to WWE? Yeah, he will, because that's his character, and that's what he's been. They've made him look like a star, and that's fine. That's what they're gonna do. Will WWE be fine? Yeah, they'll be fine. It's just disappointing. That's all. And yeah, it's to the people that it's bothered, I'm sorry. Like I know it sucks, and it's just a lot of people have their hearts broken. And I'm not trying to make that sound like, oh, okay, you're blowing out of proportion. I'm not. The people I am close to, my timeline's a lot different than like maybe yours timeline is on X or Bluesky or MySpace or wherever the hell you go.
Oh my God, MySpace.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like your timeline, like, oh, you're like, nobody was bothered by it. It's not a big deal. My timeline, that was a different story. A lot of people were disappointed. And that's the one thing that sucks, is when you see friends disappointed and sad about something that they love. And do I know if they're going to go anywhere? I don't know. I doubt it. But that's like, how can I say that for sure? Because I just don't know. But if we lived in a perfect world, this is going to sound dumb as hell, but I mean, like, when I say that as a perfect world, I mean, if it could be fixed from what we know, Brock Lesnar would not be back in this company at all. Like, if it was up to me, there'd be a lot of things different, but I can't control that. And the only thing that fans can control is stop watching if that's what they need to do. And I would be 100% supportive, and I understand if that's what they want to do. And if people, and that's the thing, they don't want to stop watch wrestling. It's just they have their heart broken because the whole situation just sucks. And I said a lot of words, and I know some people like, it doesn't make any sense, but that's because I can't make any sense out of it. From a personal standpoint, I just can't. From a business standpoint, I absolutely get it. I get it. And that's what bothered me so much, is because I understand from the business aspect why they did it. And my business thinking hat, it's a different person than I am. Like it is, because I've told Maggie, like on like off this show, like my history with business, the things I've done in work, in business, I no longer do because it messed me up. The things I've done in business. Nothing to the extent, let me get this clear, nothing to the extent of how far like WWE, like Vince McMahon, shit like that, nothing ever like that. But I've made choices and decisions that affected people's lives. And I don't like thinking about that. No, right? I play one on TV, but no, I was not an assassin. But it sure as hell felt like it sometimes. Like after everything was said and done. And that's what bothers me more than anything from a business perspective. That part comes right on, and I see like everything, and I'm like, I get their point. I've said this 100 times to my friends. We love wrestling, and they don't understand like the aspect of they're on the internet, you know, they're seeing what's going on and stuff, but I make sure to tell them that, look, the internet wrestling for the most part is just a small little thing in the machine. It sometimes it gets its voice heard, but overall it doesn't matter in the long run. The wrestling, WWE wrestling in general focuses on the bigger picture, and that's the internet is just a small thing in that way. So like I said, I've said a lot, and I don't know where it goes from here, and I know I'll still be watching, and it makes me feel like a hypocrite, but I know where I stand in it. So, but you go ahead, Maggie.
So I'm going to do my best to stay calm and composed, because I kind of want to say like 5,000 times things at the same time and nothing at all. Like I don't know if you guys know what that feeling is, but I'll try. So my main question is, I agree with you here. Why did Brock came back? What's I understand why you mean. I mean, as much as I didn't want to, and Pile Driver said it himself in the chat, the motherfucker got a pop when he came back. Like I don't know how much of this was them being, the audience there being happy. I don't know how much of this was them being just flat out shocked that he was there. He got, social media buzzing. I don't know if they, understand that the majority of that wasn't from a positive point of view. That's how I'm gonna put it. But in my eyes, wrestling has outgrown Brock Lesnar a long time ago. For me, like I'm gonna talk about this at length later on when I continue, on different stages of this Brock Lesnar conversation. But I was never a fan of Brock Lesnar. Everyone else was, and they were popping every time. For me, when I started watching wrestling and he debuted against The Rock and everything, and it was a big deal, this was good for Brock Lesnar. This was, him being a beast and flat out beating The Rock and winning the championship and la da da and yada yada. That's fine. But like, he was built up as this beast, like they want to call it. Like, what was the purpose of Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker's undefeated WrestleMania streak. For me, this was supposed to be a Roman Reigns, as much as I didn't want to admit it at the time. They gave it to Brock Lesnar to further him into this incredible beast, and then they fed him to Roman Reigns anyway. So for me, this made less and less sense the more I talk about it. But like, let's go back to this, to the conversation of why initially Brock Lesnar returned. So what Triple H do at the post show, because they had no fucking press conference after, because they told the media that flew in to the event on the day of the show that there wasn't going to be a press conference afterwards at all. Like, they magically got rid of the press conference the day that, the day before Brock Lesnar came back to the business. So what he said on the post show, where they all control their narrative, not take any answers for whoever outside of the company, which for me was incredibly convenient. And Triple H said it was John Cena's idea for him to to have Brock Lesnar back because he's on his retirement tour and everything. And at the same time, we have John Cena saying that he's doing whatever the company tells him to. So here's my take on this. Like, you're both grown-ass men, and one of you guys is scripting the show. You can say no. You can say no. You can feel the room, and you can say no. During the press conference after the Royal Rumble last year, Triple H was asked about the lawsuit, and he said that he hadn't read it. Which to this day, I have no idea if this was a flat out lie because he was wondering how to get out of the situation. Or did he sincerely, seriously, didn't read the lawsuit? Which, however you want to put it, is incredibly, incredibly ignorant. Either way. So, a lot of people want to talk legal standpoints. So everyone keeps saying that Brock Lesnar is not a defendant. He's not the one getting sued, and they're absolutely correct here. I am not going to stand here and pretend that I'm sorry for using the word, but a lot of people call Brock Lesnar a rapist on social media. That is not what the lawsuit says. And let's not, do a lot of stuff that's not the case here. So legally speaking, yes, Brock Lesnar is absolutely not a defendant in the Vince McMahon lawsuit that was brought up from Janelle Grant. No, he's not. He was simply named 44 fucking times in the lawsuit. So he's not a defendant in the law in the lawsuit, but allegedly it's the lawsuit said that he was absolutely aware of everything that Vince McMahon was doing with Mrs. Grant. Allegedly it was said in the lawsuit that Brock Lesnar liked what he saw from the videos and the photos that Vince McMahon made Janelle Grant take of herself so he can send them to Brock Lesnar. Allegedly, and I want to underline this immensely, allegedly, this entire thing could have happened, and this entire thing, I meant a sexual intercourse thingy happening could have happened, and the only thing that prevented it was presumable snowstorm, incredible intoxication of Brock Lesnar's part, which made him absolutely unable to perform whatsoever, or stuff like that. Everything that people are saying that he's absolutely not guilty of could have happened if all of these things could have, would have been prevented. So they're saying that he did nothing wrong, while allegedly he's using another human being, he's using a woman to further his negotiations into re-signing a contract for the company that he works for. And he's negotiating with the owner of that company using a woman as a bargaining chip. So this is in the description of sex trafficking. So he knew. So again, while talking about legal stuff, let's go ahead and talk legal stuff, because a lot of the people on the internet are so clinging on to this with he didn't do anything illegal or anything. By the way, those are the same people that keep spewing out the he's cleared thing, which I don't know what he's cleared means in this situation. Like, if someone, Rob, do you know what that means? Like, who cleared him? He's not clear. He's 44 times his name appears in a lawsuit. Whatever is he cleared from? Like, what is
It's just people talking that they don't know what they're talking about as far as
Yes.
the computer shit goes. I mean, that's really all I can say. It's
like I don't understand. Well, WWE legal team cleared him. No, that's not how things work here. What do you mean? So like I was talking about, let's talk about legal stuff. And Rob, I want you to listen, because like I want to see your face. So legally speaking, okay, we're talking legally. The legal age at which you're allowed to have sex in Bulgaria is 16. 16. This is the same as the majority of the countries in Europe, by the way. But let's talk specifically here in Bulgaria, because I can be sure living in this ridiculous country. So this basically means that a 50-year-old man is legal to have sex with a 16-year-old girl. It's incredibly legal. Is it not? It's legal. Is it fucking gross too? Yes, it is fucking gross too. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
I do. Yeah.
Thank you. So, legally speaking, Brock Lesnar did not kill anyone. He didn't do the sex trafficking himself, but allegedly he said yes to that, to all of these things. Now, the thing is that right after the SummerSlam ended, Janelle Grant's legal team had a statement in which said that Mr. Lesnar will have what's coming to him, or like, I don't know if I'm phrasing this correctly. And they're looking forward to all the evidence that they will bring into the civil lawsuit in court. This is what, their legal team said. So talking about sexual assault victims, and this is something that I don't want to for people to overlook this, because this is, at the end of the day, this is what's important. So I'm going to speak to you guys now as a victim myself, and as someone who has knowledge in psychology via my bachelor's degree in psychology. So this is something that is incredibly important to me. So when you have the victims of sexual assault, the moment they start healing, I say start healing because I don't think you ever heal from that like 100%. You just do whatever you can to make it not yourself, like not making it what defines you, not making it whatever people think of you whenever they see you. So when they start healing, and I want to underline this, because when they're not healing, this becomes a pattern, and they keep looking for that pattern because they know nothing else. This is the only thing that they've known in their life, this sort of assault and abuse. This is so in order for you to start healing, you need to go through that entire crap of realizing stuff. So because when you're a part of the life of an incredible narcissist or a sociopath or a psychopath, this is what they want. Like, they seek out people, certain people who can be absolutely easily manipulated into doing stuff for their pleasure. So this is what happens. They become dependent of these people. You realize that the only reason, the only way that you yourself will be safe, and the only way in which you can be happy is for them to be happy. So what happens is your brain starts doing this crazy mental gymnastics into making you believe that whatever you're doing is okay and it's fine and everything will be a-okay as long as that other person is happy, because you're doing something good. You're making someone happy. The only reason why your brain is doing this is self-preservation, because otherwise you will fall so deep into a hole of yourself and all the mistakes that you've done. Whilst that incredibly awful narcissist and psychopath in your life, what they did was they made you believe that the only reason why you're good is because you have them. They have isolated you from all the people in your life that have loved you, and they made you believe that they are the only thing that you have. So the moment that was a bit of a detour, the moment you start healing, and I mean really healing, is the moment that you start to pick up on those signals even before they start happening. What I'm talking about right now is my personal experience, because I can only speak as a woman. I don't know what the man's standpoint is on this, but I will speak to you guys like a person who has been through a lot in those short years that I've lived. And you start listening to that sixth sense in your head that's desperately trying to tell you that something is not okay. Because at this point, the only thing that you have listened to is that narcissist telling you that you're worthless without them. So this can be your boss. This can be a toxic friendship. This can be a toxic relationship. This can be a lot of things. It could also be a parent. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that all parents are wonderful and everything. This could be all of the people in your life that make you feel this way. So again, I'm telling you my personal standpoint. I will tell no one to feel the way that I'm feeling right now. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because I'm going to get incredibly, incredibly personal here and saying this, that Brock Lesnar has always scared the fuck out of me. Always. I spend years trying to understand, why am I getting goosebumps from that man? And I'm not saying that he scares the crap out of me in a good way, because in a good way is Ishii. That guy scares the crap out of me because he's, he just looks like a pit bull, just like he's called. In a different way, it's Brock Lesnar. And I could never put my finger on it until I realized, like 4 years ago, I realized that that man makes me feel as uncomfortable as Vince McMahon does. I could never put my finger on it. And I don't understand. And I could never, because everyone was happy to see Brock Lesnar because he was, the main character. He was the one that, oh my God, it's Brock Lesnar. He's going to kill him. That he was that main attraction that everyone was so hyped up about. And I'm like, okay, everyone likes Brock Lesnar. Everyone likes to watch and see Brock Lesnar perform and everything. That's fine. Maybe I'm wrong, but I couldn't shake that feeling. I couldn't explain to myself why, but this is at the end of the day what got to me. I'm of course incredibly underlining the fact that because I feel this way automatically means that Brock Lesnar is guilty of all of these things. I am not a court of law. I am not Janelle Grant's team. I am not Janelle Grant herself. I could never speak. I can only speak about what's inside of me, what's inside my brain, what's inside all of my experiences of assault that I've had throughout my life. What incredibly got to me was the audacity of this entire thing not even being close to being done and him being on my television. This was definitely a choice because I don't know what that says about all the female employees in that company. Because in my eyes, what this means is we don't care. We don't care about your safety. We don't care about your feelings. We don't care if, because for all we know, there's still women working in that company that have had encounters with Vince and Brock. And I don't know what that means to those women. My heart goes out to all of the women in that company because I don't know if I've never asked Sean or any of our friends that are reporters and have scoops and everything, do they have a statement from a female worker in WWE after Brock was back? I have not asked this. I don't know if they themselves asked this. I'm sure that Sean has because it's Sean. But the thing that got to me, I'm never as online as I used to be, but I saw a bunch of ridiculous comments from the online community, and I decided to put away my phone because I started crying. But one of the comments that really got to me was I feel stupid enough that I didn't screenshot the comment, and I didn't send it to you just so we can put it on the screen because it's so fucking ridiculous. So WWE Shop immediately uploaded a photo of the 3 new t-shirts that you can buy from Brock Lesnar. And one of the comments below that picture said, and I quote, because that comment is imprinted in my brain now. They said, I will buy all 3 of these t-shirts just so I can piss off all the feminists. So I don't know which planet I came from because it's definitely not this one. I do not want to live in a planet where sex trafficking is a political thing. Why are we making this into a political thing? It's not. It's sexual trafficking. It's sex trafficking. Are we seriously trying to make this about Trump? Because I understand Triple H was so into the White House and so into Trump and everything. But he's not political. Like, wrestling is not about political stuff. They didn't give 5 craps about playing that entire video both nights of SummerSlam, even though it got booed on both nights. I do not understand this. Sex trafficking is not a political thing. It is a horrible thing that you can do with a human being. A human being. And because things weren't worse enough. Um, uh, I'm sorry, but because this bugged me so much, and I have to. If Rob's okay with this, because we got a statement on the Ariel Hawani show from Paul Heyman, which I was reading his statement and I was crying at the same time because I love Paul Heyman and I hate him right now for saying those things. And do you mind if I read the statement? Um, so on the Ariel Hawani show, if like this is for all of you guys who don't follow Fightful or haven't watched Ariel Hawani show. So he said, everything in life is met with criticism. I don't pay attention to that. I don't pay attention to it. He's here. That's the reality of the fact. He's here. And if you were in MetLife Stadium on Sunday, you would understand that return meant a lot. That audience was jacked to see Brock Lesnar come out and see him F5 John Cena. People were just going fucking nuts. That's our paying audience. They're happy to see him. I'm happy to be a part of a team that presents him. Everyone has criticism in life. There are people that criticize Jesus. There are people that criticize Moses. There are people that criticize Muhammad. There are people that criticize God or gods. There is no president that has, I'm sorry, this is funny, that has ever existed with a 100% approval rating. There is no president that has ever existed with someone pointing to and saying that president sucks. There are people to this day that think that Abraham Lincoln sucked. They're wrong, but they think it. There are people who thought FDR sucked. They're wrong, but they think it. That Bill Clinton doesn't have a 100% approval rating. Donald Trump doesn't have a 100% approval rating. Nobody does. That's always going to be critics of anything that we do. Very few people make it to the top in life without making mistakes or having skeletons in their closet. Obviously, the decision was made. It's time to bring Brock Lesnar. Whatever that decision is based on, I respect it. If there are critics of it, get over it. He's here. He's going to be here, and you ain't going to be able to cancel him. So apparently, Brock Lesnar is God, Abraham Lincoln, Moses, Jesus, FDR, and all of the other presidents that were really, really good for American history. Yeah, so that quote got to me a lot because in one simple quote, he dismissed everything. He was that guy who decided to back up someone that was named 44 fucking times in a lawsuit for sex trafficking. What was that even? Get over it. Imagine saying that to Janelle Grant. Get over it. This is part of the reason why we don't speak up when it's time to speak up. This is a part of the problem. And sometimes men will have the audacity to come out and say, well, maybe if you said something that this wouldn't happen. This is what happens when we say something. We get dismissed. We get left. Do you know, because the Vince McMahon lawsuit made it to Bulgaria news, and this rarely happens. And do you know what? You know, the little men with our podcast, they laughed about it. They laughed about it on their podcasts. They made fun of Janelle Grant and they laughed about it. Little white men with podcasts, with microphones and everything, with their hoodies and backwards trucker hats. This is what they said. They laughed about it. Get over it. This is the reality of the picture. I'm sorry for speaking so much because I don't know if I made sense to a lot of you people. I hope, because again, my mind and my thoughts are all over the place when it comes to this, and I hope um I hope I was able to get my point across. And again, I hope that I didn't offend anyone by saying this, but um I know that there are people out there that are going to be incredibly excited for Brock Lesnar's return. More power to them, man. That just means that they're going to enjoy watching wrestling in the near future. So you mentioned um, people not, because I don't think that people are going to stop watching. Um, I don't know what the number for Raw was. Um, I don't know what the number for SmackDown will be tonight. I don't know if the online reaction, because I kind of feel like the only thing that they want and the only thing that they're focusing on is that Brock Lesnar's return got a huge number, so many views and whatever, so on and so forth. That's the only thing that that they care about. I feel like the only thing that can make them regret this is if sponsors pull out, which was the thing that happened when Vince came back. If you guys remember, I feel like this is the only thing that could make them think twice about this entire weird ass decision that they made, because say what you want about them, but they love their money. And I suppose the TKO is dependent on WWE to um, cover their insane debt that they have right now. And I don't think that they can afford that. If people stop watching, sure. But like, we're gonna talk about it after some time, but they just got a new deal with ESPN. They're gonna get some money, and come to think of it, I'm not sure if they're gonna make a bunch of money, because if you don't have VPN, by the nordvpn.com/Fightful. If you don't have a VPN, you're going to be spending a lot of money on wrestling. So might as well download NordVPN and use the code Fightful just so you can change your virtual location and basically watch everything on WWE on Netflix. But people are gonna be spending a ton of money for wrestling if they don't have one. And I don't know if this will happen. I don't care. I'm a forever pirate. I just don't give a fuck anymore, man. I'm not giving that company a dime, a euro. I'm not giving that company a euro.
A euro, yeah.
A euro. That's funny, man. For me, this is the only way. If a sponsor pulls out, maybe this will make them listen. Like I don't know. I have no idea. I know Rob was displaying a lot of comments while I was blabbing. I didn't read any of it, because if I stop to read something, I lose my train of thought, and I just yeah. So I'm gonna read a bunch of those right now while Rob tells you guys about the ESPN deal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, you go ahead and read a little bit, and I'll talk about this new ESPN deal that they reached with TKO, ESPN. For the folks that don't live in the States, ESPN is the major cable outlet when it comes to sports in the United States, and the fact that WWE will be having some of their programming on ESPN. Well, they'll be on their ESPN streaming, but the fact that there's going to be their products actually going to also have potential to be on the actual cable show or cable channels is a big deal, very big deal, because that's going to lead to what WWE calls more eyeballs. I mean, the fact that we could see WrestleMania on ESPN is mind-boggling to me, because that's something I never thought we'd see. This was an agreement that was reached or it was announced yesterday morning, Thursday morning, August 7th. And the reason it was so early was because Disney had a shareholders call, like WWE TKO always has every quarter. So they had that going on. So that's why it was announced so early in the morning, if people were curious about that. But it's a big deal because it's WWE getting more money. I say WWE. I know it's TKO, but just work with me here. And that's what's just absolutely just shocking of it. I mean, the ESPN did a lot this past week. I know Maggie's not a big football fan, but I mean, they reached a deal with the NFL. They're bringing in the NFL Network. They'll be running that for the NFL. So they'll be running the NFL Network. It's crazy how much they've done in just a short amount of time. But anyways, WrestleMania will be the first show, I believe, that I read. The first press release said Royal Rumble, but it changed a little bit later, and it's going to be WrestleMania, starting 2026. The deal was what it will do is WWE will produce the events for ESPN platforms, which will be the exclusive domestic home to WWE's PLEs. And it's a big deal because ESPN is just literally, if you have cable, you have ESPN. Like it's in more homes than like USA Network and stuff like that. It's a big deal. When you think about it, like I told a friend who's not a wrestling fan yesterday why it was a big deal. And I said, think about it every time you go out to a bar. Every time you go to a bar and they have a TV on, what is on that channel usually?
Well,
Sport.
I suppose usually it's ESPN because it's American bars and everything.
That's it. It's gonna be there. It's just wow type thing. It's a big deal. How many people are going to be able to see WWE, and that's the purpose of WWE. They look at everyone as a competitor. Everything. That's something that I almost said Tony Khan. Nick Khan has said they look at everything as a competitor. If it's on TV at the same time they are, it's a competitor. That's how they look at it. But what's weird about that, and I'm not trying to make this a AEW thing, but I find that kind of funny because they sure as hell go out of their way to program against AEW. But
so that's not even a secret.
Yeah, I know. I just find it funny. That's all. But yeah, the NXT will still be part of Peacock.
Isn't it CW?
Well, what I mean for the PLEs. So I believe that's still Peacock. So I believe that might change too. I don't know how that'll work. I'm kind of curious about that. That's interesting. I didn't look into that. But anyways, ESPN, it's a big deal. The fact that it's more like this was something else that just dropped out of left field for me because I was not expecting. I was at the belief that everything was going to Netflix, like after.
Me too.
After the deal, but I mean, it was always said that there was potential that it could land somewhere else, and that was the last thing I was thinking was ESPN. I was thinking they'll reach a deal with Netflix to bring it all over there, or maybe they'll renew with Peacock because they still have USA Network. But the fact that this is going on now was just wow. It was very shocking, and we'll have to see what they do. That's the other thing that a lot of people are talking about. Like, what about their library, the other stuff, like everything that's been on the WWE Network that's on Peacock right now? What are they going to do with it? There's talk there's been references, people saying that they might just move everything to YouTube because they can get money off that, like off of get monetize everything anyways, so they can monetize everything on YouTube. But I mean, that's the thing too. Brim makes a good point that Saturday Night Main Event will continue to stream on Peacock along with SmackDown. So I mean, it's not all going.
Even when their
away.
deal is up,
What's that?
SmackDown will continue streaming on Peacock, even when
Well,
their deal is up.
No, what I'm saying, well, the SmackDown's separate. SmackDown's a separate deal that they've signed with US. Let me rephrase this so I make it make sense. WWE signed a deal with Peacock for SmackDown, NBC SmackDown, and part of that included the four WWE main
event.
Yeah, and those will continue to stream. What I meant was the library would be moved to YouTube slowly, is what I meant to say.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Raw is on Netflix.
Yes.
SmackDown is on Peacock.
And USA. Yep. Here.
And USA. PLEs are on ESPN.
Yeah, here in the States.
That is fucking insane, man. Like,
yeah.
AEW is on HBO, but then Paramount stuff.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I saw somebody made a hilarious point yesterday about this. Like, man, WWE's you're gonna have to get USA Network, or you're gonna have to get ESPN streaming. You're gonna have to get Netflix streaming, and then you have to get this for streaming. Someday somebody will come out with cable. That was the joke. Like, it was just like. It was funny the way they said it, but it's like true. I mean, streaming wise, if you did not care, if all you wanted to do was watch wrestling,
yeah.
But,
so
okay. So I'll see. What I love about our viewers is they know a lot more about some of the things that we do. Mr. Town says NXT PLEs are staying on Peacock. Maggie?
Yes.
Brent says SmackDown doesn't stream live on Peacock, but they do get the video on demand basically 30 days later.
Yeah, so can you go ahead and read D'Lo's super chat?
Oh, yeah, thank you so much. I knew there was one I was forgetting.
Yes.
Thank you. D'Lo Diggs, our good friend who's heading to Sturgis, South Dakota, the home that Jay Leno and Hulk Hogan built.
Okay.
Hog Wild. Don't forget it, Maggie. Don't forget about WCW Hog Wild. Anyways, our good
going there to suplex people there. Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, D'Lo Diggs popping in quick to say hi. Got to go suplex people at a wrestling show in Sturgis. Love you all. Bye. Also, Reed stealing Roman's shoe is forever funny now. It is the
this was the greatest
tribal
thing
thief.
ever. The tribal thief, the Shula Fala.
Yeah. Did you see the footage of somebody got it like on their phone where they actually got it where like Roman looked down at his feet and he saw his shoes were gone. Like after it all happened, like he just kind of like
I want to see Roman Reigns wearing flip-flops on tonight's SmackDown. This is what I want. With perfectly manicured pedicure. What
what was cool. Speaking of Roman Reigns, there's an I think it's called The Heist or Money Heist, one of those two. It was a new movie that is streaming on Amazon that stars Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson and Keke Palmer. I totally forgot that Roman Reigns filmed a spot for that movie right after WrestleMania last year. He filmed a spot for it, and I completely forgot about it. And when he showed up on screen, it was a pleasant surprise when I watched this movie yesterday. And he was only on there for 30 seconds, if that, but it was good. So check it out. I'm not going to, sorry if I ruined it for everybody, but his name was in the credits, so I technically didn't ruin it for you if you didn't know. But you'll check it out. You'll like it. It's a lot better than The Materialist.
Oh yeah, but that is the low bar, man. The low bar. God, I'm so pissed off.
In case you guys don't know, Maggie is a big fan of Pedro Pascal, the internet daddy.
And that movie sucked. Donkey balls, man. I cannot believe that I was sitting there watching a movie that Pedro Pascal and Dakota Johnson were a part of, and I was fucking annoyed with that. God damn it. So many high percents on Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten what? Rotten balls, man. Such a horrible movie, deflecting everything that is fucking wrong with the dating scene in 2025. It fucking sucks.
Wait, there's a dating scene?
Yeah, what dating scene?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Jesus Christ, let's do a Cooper effect. Do you want to?
Well, no, I was going to say, I did see your guy Pedro Pascal in Fantastic Four. I saw that this week. That was pretty good.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I would like to see one good Pedro Pascal movie.
Yeah, you'll enjoy this. Yeah, he's in spandex too. I assume that spandex isn't CGI, but there you go. So you got that going for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Giggity, all right. That's what she's saying. All right, Maggie, what the hell? Let's turn things around and let's have a little Cooper effect action. Now I'm asking yourself, did Rob fix the audio or did he not? That's for you to find out. I hit the wrong button there, but we're good. You're back.
I am back. Thank you. Thank you for putting me back into the show right in the middle of the Cooper effect. Guys, a sad news. Jonathan Gresham. So what he put yesterday, what he put on social media was 2 days ago, I woke up and couldn't walk or move the left side of my body. I couldn't see and could barely talk. It took me 30 minutes to dial 911, but I finally did. I woke up in the hospital, couldn't remember what had happened. They told me they had done an MRI and I had 2 strokes. I've had a lot of tests run, but everything has come back clean. They're not sure what happened. And the only thing that said was it could have been a possible complication from a bad case of COVID I had a couple of weeks ago. They said we may never know the exact reason. Needless to say, I will be taking the next 2 to 4 weeks off from wrestling to recover and get cleared fully by my neurologist. My wife saw me get carted off from the house on our Ring doorbell camera and somehow flew from Orlando to Atlanta in the time that she was there when I woke up. I wasn't fully convinced I had a stroke until she showed me this photo of how my face looked. I never thought this would be something for me to worry about at 37 years old. I will be back soon. So, Jesus fucking Christ, our thoughts and prayers are with Jonathan Gresham. This is horrible. Like 2 strokes is not even one. Like Jonathan Gresham isn't allowed to have even one because it's Jonathan Gresham, an amazing wrestler, one of the best technical wrestlers out there. And so what he mentioned was 2 to 4 weeks. Dude, that's quite a short time to get over 2 strokes. Like, take your time, please, recover, and come back to what you love doing. And because we adore you. And like, Jesus Christ, like, take your time. Seriously, we need you back 100%.
Yeah, for
yes.
sure. And yeah, we did him back at 100%. He's everything I've heard about this man, he's just a gem, like he's just really good person. And I had to post this because Jordan Grace tweeted this out saying that he was he was trying to ask the neurologist today if he'd be okay to wrestle this weekend. And she said, already back testing my patients. And there's a photo of him just looking back at her with a big old smile on his face. So
The Jonathan Gresham smile. I love that.
yeah, so we want to wish him the best and a healthy recovery, and hope to see him back in the ring. If
So
if he can, but whatever's best for him is what we want.
absolutely. And let me use the segue to say how pissed off initially I was at Seth Rollins, because we on this show take our Cooper effects really seriously. And when we got scammed into doing Cooper effect for Seth Rollins because we thought he was legitimately hurt, he was fucking scammed. Jesus Christ, man. So Seth Rollins was fine. Uh, I mean, I'm glad that he's fine, but I got worked, and I don't know how to feel about that. So the thing is, so Gunther was fighting CM Punk for the championship on night 1 of SummerSlam on Saturday. So the match, let me tell you why I hated this match. So the entire match was Gunther killing CM Punk on a slow fire. Like murdering the guy, and all of a sudden, wham bam, thank you, the German man, Austrian man, and he sent him packing, and he won the championship. And I was pissed off because do you now remember what when I mentioned at the beginning of the show of why I hated Super Cena so much? Like, he got beat up throughout his entire matches, and then 1, 2, 3, he wins. And this is exactly what happened here. Like Gunther, because apparently when you face people like Super Cena and CM Punk in 2025, the thing that you like, it doesn't matter how great of a ring general you are, it doesn't matter how educated your feet are. Oh God, I hate that phrase. So it doesn't matter how good you are or how many years you have in your wrestling resume. Right in the middle of your match against a really good wrestler, what you want to do is hop on the announce table and start celebrating before you won the match. This works every time. Seriously, like whenever you do it, you end up winning the match. Says no one fucking ever in the history of wrestling. Because the moment you start celebrating that someone's gonna trip you on your feet on the announce table, you're gonna hit the announce table, you're gonna get your nose bloodied and everything. And what ends up happening is that other person beating you from that championship. So CM Punk is the new champion, and he got all emotional. Let me like. Do you remember Angry Miss Girl?
Oh yeah.
What was my expression when Punk won the title?
I wonder
And
what she's up to these days.
I don't know. Are you Googling her?
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
Okay. So what happened next is that Punk got all emotional, and I was like, "Well, this feels like a really feel good moment." Well, and I was like, "Okay, good for Punk. I'm happy for the guy. He's okay. That's good." And I started clapping again alone in my apartment, and I'm like, "Way to go, Punk! You're crying. That's what That's what's it all about. Being emotional and everything." I'm so happy about that. And then Seth Rollins' music plays, and I'm like, oh crap. So he gets out with the crutches and Paul Heyman crutching the briefcase. And then Seth Rollins turns his back on CM Punk and then drops the crutches and then runs towards the ring. He removed the cast and everything. So he runs to the ring with the briefcase. And then he cashes in the Money in the Bank contract and then stomps Punk and wins the championship. He steals the championship from Punk via cash in. So I have a lot of problems with that. And that was an emotional roller coaster for me, by the way, because again, I was angry that Gunther lost. I was angry that Gunther lost to Punk. I was angry that Punk is the champion in 2025. And then I got emotional because it was an incredible moment for Punk. And then I became really happy for Punk and everything that He went through on his journey back to WWE and everything. All of, the AEW all brawl in, brawl out drama. I forgot about it for like 8 seconds. And I was really, really happy for Punk. And then Seth Rollins came back and it was a bit of confusion. But then everything, seriously, an emotional roller coaster for the last 5 minutes of night one of SummerSlam. Oh boy, if I had known what I was gonna be in for night two. So I huge problems with that because okay, why didn't Punk run away?
That's the thing I always wonder myself with these. Like, run, David.
He sat there in the middle of the ring and watched Seth Rollins be all ridiculous Seth Rollins and do everything with the crutch. Why wasn't he like, man, screw this? I just had a really intense match with Gunther and just leave the ring through the audience, the Shield path. Why didn't he do that? Like he stood there for 2 minutes straight and then watched all of the shenanigans that Seth Rollins does. I'd like to remind our awesome Coexisting fans that I'm a huge Seth Rollins girly. And I still had a problem with that. So what could have made all the sense in the world here was that Seth Rollins comes out with crutches. Bronson Reed attacks CM Punk from behind, so he has nowhere to go. He moseys on the ring and cashes in the contract. This is what could have happened. But apparently, what I would like to believe is that Bronson Reed was trying to make Roman Reigns' shoes fit his feet. He was, the Shulafala. So he put on the shoes and was trying to make them work on his feet. And he was like back and forth in the dressing room, in the locker room. And that's why he couldn't go. So, okay, this leaves out Bronson Reed. What about Braun Breaker? Like, where was he? Was he barking at some cats? I don't know. Like, what? Like, what? Where were they in order for this to make sense? Seriously. And exactly what happens after was he comes out to Raw. He was like, don't you dare. He shamed the audience for turning his back on him and shame on all of the people in the locker room that prevented me from cashing in and everything. We still don't have any idea who that was. And then LA Knight came out. He had a problem with Seth Rollins doing all of this. And what he got was a championship match as the main event of Raw. And of course it ended in DQ because CM Punk cost LA Knight the title. He wasn't happy about that. Just FYI. I have a huge problem with this storyline as a whole.
Okay.
Because like Bryn's in the chat, correct?
Yep. Oh,
Sweetie?
Do we need the...
Please.
Okay,
yes, we
1
need
second. Let's...
we need.
Yep, here you
go. This is a Bryn alert. Bryn alert.
So, sweetie, I need your help because we're going to go as far as the Money in the Bank qualifying match that were fatal 4-ways, correct? Rob?
Sorry. What? Say that again?
The Money in the Bank qualifying matches, they were fatal 4-ways, all of them.
Yeah, I believe so. I was thinking like were they 3-way matches, but
or triple threats. They were multi-man matches. They were one-on-one. Yes.
Correct.
So, Bryn, sweetie, correct me if I'm wrong because this is important to me. Did Seth Rollins cost CM Punk winning the Money in the Bank qualifier match? I need to know. This is really important. And if anyone else in the chat remembers before Bryn, please let me know. Because
Bryn's hold, please. Let me check.
Yes, thank you. Because I I promise this will all make sense. Seriously, it will all make sense because
I
everyone
think. Go ahead.
everyone
Sorry.
is pissed off that this storyline is still going on. Trust
Well,
me,
I said it
yes,
last week. Like I said, I don't want this to happen because I think it'll just keep it going. But
this
it
is
actually,
exactly what you said last week. This is
yeah, for
exactly what
once,
you said.
what I, yeah.
So I kind of see where you're going because I do not want this feud to continue because what happens here is that because like Punk won all the matches, he won the feud. And what happens now is the Punk will again win this against Seth Rollins. This is my problem because I'm a Seth Rollins girly, and this is my problem because I'm sure that Punk will beat Seth Rollins for the championship eventually. He will. Um,
You
so
know what
I
I
don't
was?
know.
You want me to tell you what I thought was maybe going to happen on Monday
Yeah,
when they
sure.
set up that Seth Rollins LA Knight match? There was a part of me that like instantly thought, like, holy shit, what if like it's not CM Punk that cost Seth Rollins the title tonight? It's Roman Reigns. There was a part of me that thought that could happen. Son of a bitch, it didn't, but I thought that would have been brilliant.
Dropped my pen because this was actually way better than what they did. Roman
But
Reigns
I like
costing.
even I would have been kind of like, they put the title on LA Knight, huh?
Yeah. So the reason why I asked Bryn to see if that was the case was because they were in the middle of a huge feud during the Money in the Bank qualifiers because of everything that Seth Rollins did to
Wait, Money in the Bank didn't CM Punk get a title match because he won this?
a what?
Didn't CM Punk face Cena at? Oh no, that was King of the Ring, right?
Yeah, that was King of the Ring.
Okay, I got him confused for a second. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. So here
Okay,
we go.
so Bryn said Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed cost Punk his Money in the Bank qualifier on June 2nd on Raw. Thank you, sweetie, so much. So my point stands. I'm so pissed off. Thank you for proving my point. I love you, sweetie. I will read what you sent to me the moment we leave for our vacation because I will have all the time in the world. So hear me out because this is pissing me off.
Yeah, Night of
So,
Champions, not King of the Ring.
whatever. so, so they were in the middle of a huge problem and feud and everything because Seth Rollins did all of the things that he did at WrestleMania. He stole Punk's friend, and CM Punk was really angry at Seth about WrestleMania. So what Seth Rollins said is that he would never let CM Punk be champion. And Punk was angry because he wanted to be a champion and he wanted to beat Seth Rollins' ass. So what happened was, again, uh, Seth Rollins' guys cost CM Punk the Money in the Bank qualifying match. So a logical person will say that CM Punk, on the other hand, is going to cost Seth Rollins his Money in the Bank qualifier. He never showed up. He never showed up. So not only did he not show up, he didn't even get involved in the Money in the Bank match, which is a no disqualification match. Because all of us know the Money in the Bank match rules. It's a no disqualification match. Everyone can get involved. All of us remember the ridiculous thing of, again, Brock Lesnar coming out, not even being a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Mustafa Ali looking like a total douche, simply looking at Brock Lesnar for the total duration of 5 minutes in which it took for Brock to reach that ring and grab the Money in the Bank briefcase and not even being a part of the match, winning the briefcase. It was so stupid. So all of us know that this match doesn't have any rules because it's James Ellsworth won the first ever women's Money in the Bank briefcase. I will never let them forget what they did with that. I'm so fucking angry. So he never showed up, and he had the chance to he was there, by the way. He was there, and like he had the opportunity to cost Seth Rollins the Money in the Bank briefcase, but he didn't. So this is all on him. He gave the opportunity for Seth Rollins to win that entire match, win the briefcase, and now that is all on you. Phil, I'm so sorry, but how can you not see it? You are so ignorant, man. I love you, CM Punk. You're stupid. Why did you, this is all of it his fault. All of it. How can it not be his fault? Tell me what I'm telling.
I honestly can't tell you because I don't know.
Now what he does is he bitches and moans and costs matches for other people who have nothing to do with the guy. And now we're gonna see LA Knight and CM Punk probably. And LA Knight will have legitimate reason to be perfectly mad. CM Punk, he will be, hey, what was that all about? You cost me my match. And then what CM Punk will do would be he will absolutely 100% dismiss LA Knight, and people will still be cheering for CM Punk. Make it make sense. I'm so pissed off.
I can't make it make sense, but you know what I can have you do, Maggie? Just plug your shit.
Yes, thank you. I will plug my shit. Guys, you can follow me or Twix or Twitter or X or whatever you guys want to call it at Maggie_IK, on Instagram at Maggie.IK, and if you guys are still doing Bluesky at Maggie-IK. Thank you so much for joining our pep talk. I would like to thank our entire chat because apparently I went through the chat while you were talking about the ESPN thing and no moderation was needed. I'm so proud of our chat, and I'm so happy that we have grown this adorable, adorable audience. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for listening to us because we talk about a really horrible thing which happened in this awesome thing that is wrestling. Rob and I adore it, but every now and then it pisses us off. And in this situation, it fucking breaks our hearts. But what you can do on the way out is leave a like on the video if you haven't already. Please, Bryn is absolutely correct. Send me all of your guys' food, all of the Whataburger. Send me a picture of Whataburger. Seriously, go eat a Whataburger and send a picture to me. I want to suffer for not being
It's
able.
good. I don't have any in Minnesota. It's a southern Texas.
Western,
yeah, what Southwest and all the way down to Florida and Georgia. But I think they opened one in Tennessee not too long ago. So maybe they're making I know they opened one in Kansas City too. I heard. So maybe they're making the way towards moi. I hope that'd be good.
Yes, hopefully for next year's SummerSlam.
Yeah,
which is in
Minneapolis.
Yes,
Minnesota.
You can have an Whataburger up in
Maggie. Do you want to hear one dad joke before we go?
Please.
If you take the first two letters from all 7 Harry Potter books, you get ha 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 ha. Guys, you can follow me at Rob Wilkins on X. I'm also on Instagram at Fightful Rob and Threads at Fightful Rob. I know that makes absolutely no sense, but I saw it and I'm like, it makes no sense, but I love it. So why the hell not?
It's so stupid. I love it. Please, guys, leave a comment below after the video is done. It makes us agree a bit with the algorithm on YouTube because it hates us a lot. But thank you so much for your support.
It does not like us one bit. But one more. Why the hell not? My son is now at the age where he's curious about the female body. I guess I'll have to hide it somewhere else now. Jesus Christ, that's a dirty, like, not a dirty, that's just like a yee dad joke. Mm-hmm.
It's not even a dad joke.
No, not really. I don't know why it was on the
Not
dad joke
even
page, but
It's not even a dad joke. I mean,
let's go with a better one than that. I asked the bank teller to check my balance. After typing it into her computer, she looked up and said it's outstanding. Thanks for the flattery, but you will go get nowhere with me, she said. That doesn't make any sense either. I need to get off this site because it's not working.
Every time you do this, the first one is really good and all the rest are...
Wait, here's a decent one. Coldplay hasn't released a new song in years. Then they make 2 singles in one night.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
And I totally redeemed myself.
Yes.
Not really, but damn, that was bad.
No,
I'm just glad I didn't ruin it on that other one. So those other 2, those are bad. Guys, we'll see you later. And I'll have better jokes next time, I think. Ugh. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. You can check out all our previous episodes on your favorite podcast platforms or youtube.com/FightfulOverbooked.